Ladies and gentlemen, Z thought he was being tricky. Z thought he was being tricky, and it's not happening. It's not happening today. You know how he does it every episode. He's got to show a picture on his screen. It's not happening. He's in timeout. So, ladies and gentlemen, episode 13 of Who Are These Guys is here. And until Z is out of timeout, then he will join us. So, but in the meantime, guys, this is going to be me. And, man, it's, we have a little bit to talk about today, ladies and gentlemen. We have a little bit to talk about. We're going to be talking about the NFL draft. As Z and I have been talking about, made a couple episodes on that. We made two mock drafts on that. And the NFL draft was always kind of something where it was my favorite, or, well, not necessarily my favorite, but in terms of a certain point in time of the year, always exciting, always a lot of fun. And Z and I, we always do something for it. So anyway, let me add this guy to the stream because he's not even there in his freaking chair. So, but as you can see in his room, just a white wall. Still got a Christmas tree up. He's got medals from Disney. Yeah, he's wearing a beanie in 80-degree weather. He's gonna have another canceled flag football game on Monday.
Just notice the entertainment value compared to when I'm not in the video.
Yeah. Hey, we're not in the video. Z, there's a reason you went in timeout.
What was that for, Ed?
You should know.
I'll show you guys the picture that I was going to show. There it is, right there.
That's a horrendous picture.
I mean, the guy's got no chin.
I don't know why it looked like that. It was like the way I was like leaning back in the picture.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to look at the full photo, there it is, right there, with the with the ski on the other side.
Yeah, with ski ball. It's like the way I was like leaning back in the photo. I don't know. My neck looks very, very wide for some reason.
Yeah. You know, it's funny you bring up that. It's funny you bring up the flag football game for tomorrow. By the way, right now it's 80 degrees and sunny. Tomorrow's gonna be 80 degrees sunny with not one cloud in the sky. So if the game gets canceled tomorrow, then we're gonna boycott the league. But
yeah,
on that topic, real quick, one of my friends, Pete, who watches these videos. So what's up, Pete? He plays in the league, but he told me he plays in another flag football league, and that actually goes on today, on Sundays. And earlier today, it was pouring rain and there was thunder. Guess what? The games happened.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I'll literally read the message. I said to Peter, I think we're good for tomorrow, but who knows at this point? And he goes, LOL, I played at the league's called Supreme. He goes, I played at Supreme and it was storming in the morning, then bright skies after.
Yep.
Can you give me an explanation then? Can you
no?
Yeah. Fix it, Eric. Fix it.
Z, I hate to say you guys are gonna be disappointed again tomorrow.
And if we don't play tomorrow, I might just never show up again.
Now the thing is, Z, if you don't play tomorrow, you're still gonna show up. You're still gonna play the games, not say a word.
You're right, but it's definitely gonna be our last season.
Well, it should be. I think you guys should take the team and move it to a different league.
Yeah. But welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Sunday, April 30th.
You guys will be seeing this probably either Sunday night tonight or tomorrow.
And how are you doing today?
Well, run. Well, my stomach's hurting a little bit.
Here we go. If just so you guys know, we were supposed to start this video at 2:00. It's 3:15 right now, and was on the toilet for about 20 minutes, and then he came back and his mic wasn't even plugged in. He didn't even have a shirt on.
Oh, Z, that's what happens. What happens? It's Sunday.
That's what happens. It's 3:00 in the afternoon.
Yep, and you brush your teeth at 2:30.
Well, I still got an early start to the day.
Well, why tell people why you have to wake up at 7:15 in the morning tomorrow?
Yeah. Well, and I already told you I'm probably not doing it. You got Barry the vet. I don't know what he's got going on with his stomach. Everyone's got stomach issues. Nathan does. His girlfriend Kelsey, she has a Vietnam War every single morning.
Yeah, she does.
Did she have one a day?
She has, yes. she was in the bathroom same time I was.
Yep. Exposing her right on the video.
Yep. And then Z's dog's eating his other dog's freaking diarrhea. There's a lot of things going on at that house.
I'm sorry if you guys are watching this video. But yep, no.
Well, shout out to Annette for no training. So
yeah. Well, Annette goes to Arizona in a couple weeks.
I mean, that's just a blessing.
It really is. It really is.
Oh my god! Just wait when Dee and Spike and Aurora and Barry and Annette are all in that house together.
And I mean, I might go to a hotel. In case you guys don't know, I work for the Marriott, so I can get some discounted rate on a hotel. Maybe I should just do it.
Might just stay at Wonka's.
Yeah. Oh, you know, it's funny, and so anybody that N and I meet, or I guess I should say that N and I meet, like if N meets the person first, or if I meet the person first, and then the other individual meets them, we always come up with a nickname, no matter what it is. So if you guys don't have a nickname yet, then you have to meet Nate, and then we end up getting one. But they make I mean, they make plenty of sense. So Wonka, if you know who you are, you know who you are.
You know who you are. Simple as that.
As simple as that.
Trying to feel. There we go.
And
there we go.
There
we go. That's a little pressure off the stomach right there.
Yeah, that's from all the soda he's drank this morning.
Yeah, all the soda.
But as Ed was saying at the beginning of the video, while I wasn't even in it, the NFL draft came to a conclusion, and I watched the whole. What is this guy doing? What is this guy doing? What is he doing?
Stomach pains, Z. Stomach pains.
Oh my god! You have stomach pains every day. Eat better.
There it is. Eat better. Look what you're eating, Z. It doesn't freaking matter. I eat better than your ass. It doesn't matter. Chicken nuggets, pizza.
Haven't had it for a week. Haven't had it for a week.
Yeah, haven't had it for a week. You had it the other night. Odd.
Anyways,
nothing I can do with stomach pain, Z.
We are not anywhere near on topic for this podcast.
When are we?
Yeah, well. So, yeah, we finished the NFL draft. Finished. That was in Kansas City. This could be our final NFL draft video until next year.
Yep.
So we're gonna talk a little bit about maybe some winners or losers, some picks that surprised us. There are definitely a couple that surprised us, but for the most part, we'll kind of get into the Ravens and Steelers and what we think about their own respectable drafts. So, and I see you keep turning around. I know and I'm constantly checking it as well, but I don't have to turn my head to the camera.
Well, because your TV doesn't work in the room.
Yeah. Well, I'm just looking at Bleacher Report, watching update by update.
Oh, that's right. I actually have a picture in front of me. I'll just look through it there through the reflection.
Yeah. So we're watching the Heat versus Knicks. It's the final 3.5 minutes of the fourth quarter. Heat up by 8. But let's kind of get into this, and let's get into this here.
Go ahead.
We've gained a few followers to the YouTube channel last couple of days, so thank you guys for following us.
Yeah, shout out to you guys. For those who are new, shout out to you. Let us know in the comment section anything you guys want us to talk about. We talk about lately. It's kind of been sport related, but we talk about gaming. We talk about can be entertainment. We've talked about Disney, Universal parks before, so we try to keep it fresh.
And what's going on with your hair right there? This freaking wave.
No. I'm not really sure, Z. What's going on with yours?
That was the reason why I'm not showing it.
Z, we're in year 2023. What year, if you had to predict, where you are officially done with your hair?
I'll say by 2028.
Where it's just not growing anymore. It's done.
Right.
So you'll be, let's see.
I'll be 30.
25 now. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you'll be 30.
I'll be 30.
That's terrifying. Terrifying to even think about.
At least 30 is still. And I are in our prime years. We're gonna be doing this this podcast till the day we die.
Yep.
And
well, it's on the horizon.
Yeah, it is. Also my Twitch right down below. We've been streaming a lot lately. Ed and I streamed 2K the other day. We did Dead by Daylight like yesterday or something.
Yep. So if you guys want cinema entertainment, if you guys are into video games, follow Z's Twitch.
Yep. We've been having a good time on there.
It's been on the up again.
Yeah. Yeah, it's alive, and it is well and alive.
It is.
But
the drought is over.
Yeah, it is. Let's go into the first thing I want to bring up about the draft, and I had a little competition of who got the most predictions right. We got 1 point for if we had that player going to them. And
our mock draft, yes.
And by the way, I forgot to bring it up. But I believe in the first round, and I had the Titans selecting Will Levis.
You did, but that was round 2, Z, so it was over.
Yeah, I know, but it's still not a bad prediction.
No, it's not.
Yep, I had the Titans taking Will Levis. The Titans took him, so I'll take a little half a credit on that.
Yep.
But Ed won by like a full half a half a point. We only got like 3 right, and then the others were just as it went along. But that was something fun that we'll definitely do next year.
Yeah, it's the first time we actually did that, where we did a little competition in terms of our picks.
Mm-hmm.
I won $10.
Well, I might be getting another 5 back tonight.
You might be.
Yeah. Well, and I'm gonna kick this off with the worst picks that I witnessed in the first round.
Go ahead.
And you already know which ones they are.
Yep. It's one single team.
Now I'll just throw it out there as the Detroit Lions taking Jahmyr Gibbs, whatever his name is, out of Alabama. Awful.
Pick 12.
Yeah, we pick 12. Again, everything we say is not about the player itself, but it's more just about the value that they couldn't have got at that certain spot. And then taking Jack Campbell with like the number 19 pick or whatever, like both guys that that probably would have been there in the second round. But that's the thing with the draft every year, is that each team has a different board and have a different kind of standard or who they like. And clearly the Lions like these 2 guys that they probably would have been there in the second round, and it kind of blew everybody's mind. Now with them trading DeAndre Swift away, maybe I guess it makes a little bit more logical, but I mean, still I mean, some other picks. I mean, what were some other picks to you, and that were pretty questionable in the first round?
Well, I think Will McDonald went way early to the Jets at 15.
Mm-hmm.
I think he went really early, so I was kind of surprised they went with him. I
got to go with that Chiefs pick.
Who'd you have him go? Jalen Hyatt, right?
I'd go with Jalen Hyatt. I don't even know the name of the guy who they went with.
Yeah, he went in the third round.
I mean, really, quite honestly, there was nothing too crazy that happened in the first round. There were no current players on a team that were traded. I thought I was going to have the prediction of the first round with Bijan Robinson going to the Eagles. I think they would have took him if the Falcons didn't take him number 8. I think that's another awful pick because the Falcons taking him. Personally, I loved Bryce Young going first, CJ Stroud going second. I love the Texans train back up and getting Will Anderson. I predict Anthony Richardson going to the Colts, which I think is the right move. But outside of maybe just the players itself, I do like that the Cardinals traded down because they're just a mess of a team that needs a lot more than just one star player. So the Cardinals could potentially have 2 top 10 picks next year, which is great. I predicted the Steelers trading up. I I predict them trading up a little bit higher, but I mean they went up to, what did they go up to? Like 15?
14.
14.
14.
And then also for the Steelers, again, like here's the thing. A lot of my kind of, guesses or my expertise, if you will,
Yep.
Would you say I'm an expert?
Not even closey.
The thing is for the Steelers is I kind of mix it up. One, I had the Steelers also taking Joey Porter. Okay, so I also nailed that. I know it was with the 32nd pick, but still.
Yeah.
And then with the 32nd pick, I had the Steelers taking, I think, Darnell Wright. So a tackle.
Yeah.
And I know that they took a tackle with the first pick and the
Yeah.
corner with the second. But for the most part, other than the teams that I personally feel like I don't know much about, the Bucks, the Seahawks, the Commanders, I feel like in like my first round, although I didn't get many of the players right, I feel like I did a pretty solid job on who went where and what. And a lot of times during that first round, I would get the position right, but I wouldn't get the player right.
Yeah.
So,
there were a couple times that happened. So really, Z and I, it seems like on a mock draft, in terms of when we made our final mock draft, the picks that we had on those drafts, I think we had like 3 probably overall, an average of 3 on there. And then we got half a point. Like if a guy was off the board or make a pick where it's wrong on a mock draft, then if we got that right, it could be half a point.
Right. Yeah, it was a little fun thing to do. So if you guys are into the draft, maybe try it with some of your friends. But yeah, I mean, I again, just to kind of keep on what I thought in the first round, and I'll let you go ahead. And I was surprised on some of the corners that were taken, like Witherspoon going so high, Christian Gonzalez dropping. I think Paris Johnson going to the Cardinals is an appropriate move. It's not the most flashy move, but for their future, I think it's right. I love what the Eagles did, what they took. I think the Vikings pick was awful, taking Jordan Addison. I think it's more just them trying to go all out again for another season.
Yeah.
But like, how much longer to go, Kirk Cousins? So that's kind of my rundown the first round. I thought I actually had the Commanders taking a corner. I just predicted the wrong corner. I don't think I'm really missing anything else. But yeah, I would say to me the winners and losers of the first round. I'm not going to go into the draft. I mean, I guess I could, but at least specifically for the first round, because the next 2 days I worked, so I wasn't able to watch too much of it.
Hey Z, we're gonna have to take a quick pause. I'm feeling so sick right now.
Well, Ed, why don't you go throw up and I'll keep talking.
Well, that's fine. I'll be right.
How we doing? Well, anyways, guys, this is the first time this ever happened. And why is my camera so close? Well, as N takes another bathroom break, as he takes his Pepto-Bismol, as he takes his Advil, it's just going to be us. So you guys, me, hanging out. This is what the future holds. We're going to be soon. Maybe soon we'll have our own show. Anyways, hopefully N's okay. We'll wait for him to get back. I don't know. Should I even keep talking about the first round? I feel like I'm just gonna be talking to myself at this point. Why's my camera so close? Anyway, so yeah. So as we wait for N to come back, hopefully he's okay. I know he's not feeling too good today, so it's just gonna be us for now, guys. If you guys didn't watch the first round of the draft, it was fantastic. It was like 130,000 people who went to the draft, who went out to Kansas City. Shout out Lorenzo if you're watching this. I know you went to it. I think Ed, I don't know if it was even an accurate number, but Ed said that like 30 million people tuned into it. So that's a big W. But yeah, guys, I mean, here's the thing. I guess I'll talk about the Ravens, considering I'm wearing the Ravens beanie, and you guys know I'm a Ravens fan. It was a big day for us Ravens fans on the first round of the draft. Earlier in the day, I can't remember what time it was at. It was probably around like 3 or 4 o'clock. We came to the Ravens came to the finally agreement with Lamar extending him, which Jesus took, I feel like, a decade. Realistically, it took like 2-3 years, but they finally got it done. And it was like a 5-year, 185 guaranteed, I think, for like 260. Is he worthy of it? I don't know. And I have had this conversation about Lamar Jackson, what he deserves to get, like what kind of contract he deserves. Listen, I'm a big Ravens fan, and I'm always have been, I always will be, and I'm a huge Lamar Jackson fan. I have a Lamar jersey. So the whole time, all along, I never wanted him to leave. I know some Ravens fans got tired of him, but I never wanted him to leave. I just felt like the appropriate amount that he wanted, or let me rephrase that, the amount that he wanted wasn't appropriate for maybe what he proved. Obviously, his MVP year in 2019, the season after that, 2020, you can make an argument, but since then, I mean, he's missed the last 2 seasons, like 15, 16 games. His play has very clearly not been the same as it was in the early portion of his career. And I understand that he doesn't have the best wide receivers. He had an awful offensive coordinator. His running backs got injured. His offensive line was unstable. I understand that. I know it's tough to work with. I don't know, but you know what I mean. But at the end of the day, you had to get it done. Okay, I'm sorry, you had to get it done. We're in the state of the NFL where if you don't keep your franchise quarterback, then I mean you're just gonna be just a fucking pathetic organization. And the Ravens got it done with a 5-year extension. And now at this point, man, it's just like, it's kind of how I viewed it with Kyler last year. It was like, guess what? You got your money, and guess what? You got your weapons. You have a new offensive coordinator. You have a good team. Like there is zero excuses now. Period. The Ravens drafted Rashad Bateman in the first round a couple years ago, who's returning from an injury. They signed Odell Beckham Jr. in the offseason, like a month ago, who's also coming from an ACL injury. They just drafted Zay Flowers in the first round, who's a nice player. Devin Duvernay. They signed Nelson Aguilar in the offseason. Their tight end position is really strong. Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely. Their running backs were really good, but again, I know they played last season, but before that, they both came off ACL injuries. So hopefully they can remain healthy for a whole year, because it's special when both of them are out there. And then his offensive line. I mean, again, one of the best left tackles in the game when he plays, Ronnie Stanley. One of the most underrated guards in the game. They have one of the best centers in the league now because they drafted him in the first round last year. And then, now they have a new offense coordinator. So if anybody that's watching this is a Ravens fan with me, or if you know anything about the Ravens, then you damn well know that next year should be, I mean, shit. I'm going to throw out a high expectation, but like a top 7 offense. I don't think you can tell me it's not. The Ravens also have the best fullback in the NFL too. The biggest question with it is if they're going to remain healthy. That's all it is. Lamar, Odell, Bateman, Edwards, Dobbins, Stanley. Those are all their star players too. So that's the biggest question going into it. But for the most part, they should be ready to go in training camp. Every single one of them. Maybe even OTAs. I would even play them in the preseason. Maybe for 1 or 2 series. But for the Ravens taking Zay Flowers, I think it's the right move. I don't know if it's the right player, but it's the right move. and a lot kind of like a Hollywood Brown physique when they drafted Hollywood Brown a couple years ago. Um, he definitely has better hands than Hollywood Brown. Good God, I think he's a better route runner. I don't think he's as fast, not even near as fast. But Zay Flowers, nice pick. Nice pick. So we'll see what he develops into. I think he instantly comes in as like the third receiver. When the season starts, he'll probably be the number 4 because they'll probably have veteran Nelson Aguilar over him or something. God, please don't put him on the field, John. He is awful. If I'm going in the Steelers in honor of Nate, what are we at? We're the 26-minute mark. In honor of Nate, I'll go into the Steelers for you guys because I know some of his people who follow his channel, which is In Hindsight. He does his own. He has his own personal channel, so make sure you guys follow him. He talks mainly Pittsburgh sports on that one, but he has his own channel, and also with Daniel J, who does Stay of the Steelers. The two of them do live videos with each other like every week, so make sure you guys check them out because they give some great insight, and again, it's more specifically about Pittsburgh sports, but still check them out. Make sure you guys support Nate's channel. If I'm going to go into the Steelers in honor of if anybody's watching this that is a Steelers fan, like I said at the beginning of this video, I thought my prediction was a corner the first pick and tackle the second pick. It was the other way around. Whatever. Okay. They took a tackle the first pick, and then they took Joey Porter Jr. with the 32nd pick. I had them taking Joey Porter with what was their first one? 17. So yeah, but so with their first pick, who they took Broderick Jones out of Georgia, I think it's definitely the right pick because the Steelers' offensive line has questions. I know they signed the one guard from the Eagles. They signed James Daniel last season, but their tackles are horrendous. Dan Moore is a joke. He should be playing the XFL. Okorafor is all right. But for the development of Kenny Pickett, yeah, no, you got to get him. You got to get him a young tackle. No question about it. And it was the right move to take Broderick Jones, who I think to me was maybe like the third best tackle in the draft. But regardless, I think he's instantly cemented as the starter coming in. No question about it. So the right pick, a good pick. And then going on to number 32, taking Joey Porter. Again, I think that's an A+. No question about it. Okay. I understand you might have you like if Steelers fans think like their corner room's already set with Pat Pete, Levi Wallace. But guess what? Like I'm always a fan, and I think many people are, is that especially if you have aging veterans, but even if you have a couple starters in place, you should still always draft one or two. Depending on like what point that your starters are in their career. Like I'm not saying with the Jets having Sauce Gardner and DJ Reed that they should draft a corner for a second round. But with the Steelers cornerback position right now and the value that they had at 32 with him on the board, it was a no-brainer. His father, who played for the Steelers, that's also a nice story. But no-brainer, taking Joey Porter, especially a corner coming into the NFL. I feel like it's never easy for them, regardless how high they get drafted. So him coming in, especially behind a veteran, Pat Pete, who potentially has had a Hall of Fame career. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better spot for Joey Porter Jr. to be placed into. So, I mean, really going into the Steelers with next season, yeah, they're an interesting team because what's all of this going to depend on? You know what I'm going to say. Kenny Pickett, the development of Kenny Pickett, right? And I like Kenny Pickett. It's kind of weird that he's like 25 and he's already on year 2. He's already 25 and he's only going on year 2. Sometimes that's how it be. I don't know how good the Steelers will be next season. I haven't really sat down and really kind of thought about like my playoff prediction. To me, I think the Steelers are definitely a playoff team, but what their record is, I don't know. I'm not going to talk about that at the moment. Having Kenny Pickett, Mr. Trubisky's your backup's totally fine. I was in Nate's live stream one time, and someone was talking about, they were all talking about how they should bring back Mason Rudolph. You don't need a third quarterback, bro. Like, what the hell do you need a third quarterback for? You don't need that. Let him go. Use that money somewhere else. So, Kenny Pickett, he's your franchise quarterback. Najee Harris, he's all right. He's all right. I don't think he's anything special, but he's good. And Jaylen Warren behind him is a nice complimentary back. So although their running game is not like something to be completely terrified of, it's still nice. Their receivers, George Pickens could be a star. I think Deontay Johnson is just kind of who he is at this point in his career. Firemouth, he's developing well into a top 10 tight end. So I think what's going to be determined, and I know they're going to keep Matt Canada, so we'll see how that goes. I think what's all going to depend on how that offensive line develops. At the beginning portion of last season, it was awful. And as the year went on, more continuity, quite honestly, it wasn't too bad. So I guess, and also, of course, I'm also missing them training for Allen Robinson. Allen Robinson has been pretty irrelevant the last couple of years over there with the Rams, even the year before with the Bears. I was a big advocate for the Steelers of just bringing in some veteran of the caliber of like Robert Woods. I threw out a couple other names and not be able to remember, but Allen Robinson is in that category. I think it's a fantastic trade for them, especially what they traded for or what they gave up for. Fantastic trade, bringing Allen Robinson on the roster. I think realistically for their offense going into the next season, I think top 15 is fair. Top 15 is pretty fair, which is good. But we're talking about a young quarterback coming in his second year, receiver coming in the second year, a veteran who struggled last couple of years, Deontay Johnson, who hasn't been as good compared to when he first started. Let me see like a full season out of Najee Harris. But regardless, I think at the end of the day, continuity and keeping everybody together is a lot more important than you may realize. Moving on to their defense, I know they took the defensive tackle in the with their other second round pick. I can't remember his name. Good pick because their offensive line already features Cameron Hayward, who we don't know how much longer how much longer he has remaining. Stephon Tuitt, who left last season. I think they have Larry Ojanobi, if that's how you pronounce his name, on the roster. I know that there's one or two I'm missing. But their defensive line is solid, like it always is. Linebacking core here's the thing about their linebackers, is that I think it has the potential to be great. I don't know what part of me is like holding it back. Because obviously they brought in the two new linebackers from the market. Both guys are in their mid-20s. One from the Commanders, and then the other one, like Al Holcomb, I think was from the Commanders. And then who was the other one from? But I know both of them very, very solid players, and both of them like wore the green dot, were the captain for the defense. We know who's on the outside linebacker. TJ, Alex Highsmith. Alex Highsmith going into a contract year, probably have a very big season. And then we're talking about their secondary, which is strong. I think Terrell Edmonds not being there is still kind of a hole. But having Minka, Pat Pete, Levi, now Joey Porter Jr. I know they re-signed Devontae KZ. It's not like the most amazing secondary in the league, but it's to me that Steelers defense is really still unquestionably top 10. So hold on, I'm getting an update from Kelsey. All right, so I think Ed will not be able to finish the show. So it looks like it's just going to be us. Hold on. Okay. All right, here's the deal, guys. So we're 36 minutes in. It looks like I'm gonna be ending up finishing the video. So, certainly interesting circumstances to be in. But let's go ahead and keep on going. So that was kind of my evaluation of the Steelers roster as of now. Hold on. Well, anyways, shout out to N. I want we shout out to N. I want to talk about the Steelers because he, who knows, he's probably just throwing up his life away or is having diarrhea city, in his bathroom. So I'm gonna go on for another like 12, 13 minutes. I know N is still watching, so we'll just kind of keep going on, and hopefully you guys enjoy. If you guys don't know too much about me, I lived in Florida for like 4 years. So, I'm not a fan of any Florida teams. Fuck that. But I think that's kind of all I got on the draft. I didn't really watch rounds 4 through 7. I'm not saying they're not important, but rounds 2 through 3, I watched a little bit of it. But yeah, I mean, if I'll stitch up the topic on the NBA playoffs, boom, right here. Pathetic performance yesterday from the Phoenix Suns. DeAndre Ayton's a fucking joke, right? I don't know why Monty Williams loves playing Landry Shamet. I mean, just like my Suns fans that are watching this, like where's the fucking passion? You know what I mean? Like why is 34-year-old Kevin Durant and Devin Booker the only ones who seem like they really truly care about taking this team to a championship? You guys know exactly what I'm talking about if you watched that game yesterday. DeAndre Ayton not even trying to get a fucking rebound. It's only game 1. I'm not going to overreact. But you better get your shit together against the number 1 seed. A 2-time MVP. Jamal Murray's balling his ass off. Am I worried? Yeah, I'm worried. But we'll see. It was just a terrible performance yesterday. Just not really how you would expect them coming out in the second round. So we're gonna see for game 2. On the topic of hockey, I guess I watched the Lightning lose to the Maple Leafs. Finally, the Maple Leafs won a series. So the Maple Leafs moved on to the second round. The Edmonton Oilers beat the LA Kings again to move on to the second round as well. Some of my favorite players in the NHL, Connor McDavid, Austin Matthews. So they're both moving on to the second round. Maybe they'll meet in the Stanley Cup, man. Who knows? In the topic of baseball, boom, right there. D-backs won again yesterday, which puts them at 16-12. Pirates won like 16-1 or something like that, who've been off to a phenomenal start this season. I think they're like 20-8, 21-8 or something like that. Certainly doesn't go unnoticed. Hell no. Can they maintain it? We're gonna. That's the beautiful part about baseball is can a team like that who had such low expectations coming in the season, can they truly maintain that kind of play throughout the whole year? And we're gonna find out. D-backs, who've also been off to a wonderful start, had a bit of a scare yesterday. Our top prospect, our player, we gave a huge extension to, Corbin Carroll, who's got electrifying speed, if anybody knows anything about baseball, like Gerard Dyson or Billy Hamilton back in the day, like we're talking like faster than them. And if you knew who they were, then you knew how fast they were. Corbett Carroll yesterday was trying to make a play on the ball, hit into the wall in the outfield. It looked kind of scary, but thankfully it came back as a left knee contusion, I think. Was it? Yeah, it was a left knee contusion. So he'll be okay. Thank God. Next month, I'll be going up to Pittsburgh to see Nate and Kelsey. And we'll be actually going to see the D-backs versus Pirates play. So that'll be a fun game, especially two teams who are off to such a great start this season. Yeah, no, I'm very much looking forward to that. We're going to be going to Kennywood, which I've never been to. I don't know if any of you guys even know what that is. I guess it's like a theme park, if you will, that's over there in Pittsburgh. So as long as I don't get my head slaughtered off, we should be okay. And we'll be back. Only going to Pittsburgh for a few days. But right now, this is my moment. This is my moment. And by the way, I feel like I've been talking a shit ton, but I feel like I have to. I mean, I'm by myself. This is my moment right here, right now, to finally talk on this channel. Because some of you guys know that I've been waiting to do it. Because unfortunately, N doesn't watch esports. Yeah. Some of you guys already might know where I'm going with this. N doesn't watch esports. So I'm not going to bring it up if he doesn't know anything about it. That's why he doesn't bring up the WWE. I guess. Do my ears look weird? I'm going to take off my headset because I don't even need it. All right. Beanie season. I'm going to take off my headset. I don't need it. What the fuck? Let's make my head look weird. Whatever, we're going to rock with it. But anyways, so I've been a big fan of Call of Duty esports for the longest time. I am a forever diehard Optic fan. I'm putting this on. This is just bothering me too much. I'm a diehard Optic fan, always will be. It's been a fun season for the Call of Duty League. If you guys don't watch professional esports, if you're not into video games, then you wouldn't be interested. But if you are, check it out, dude. Optic, who for the second straight major finished second place, which is heartbreaking. But so we'll be going into the final major of the season, which will be in Toronto, and then we'll be moving on to the playoffs, the champs, in Vegas, which I believe is in June. I'm gonna talk about who I think has the best chance of not winning this next major, of who's gonna win champs, right? And I think, quite honestly, it's gonna come down to like 3 or 4 teams. It's gonna come down to Optic. It's gonna come down to FaZe. It's gonna come down to LA Thieves, and the number 4 team, it's gonna come down to Toronto Ultra. Okay, subliners are okay. Who else? Who else is a team that's like definitely gonna Florida Mutineers, meh. Atlanta Royal Ravens, trash. Vegas Legion, yawn. Minnesota Rocker, so mid. But those 4 teams, man. And like every year that Optic goes to champs, like they just like no matter how high their expectations are, they always seem to fail. Every time they seem to fail, right? So I'm very much looking forward to this season, especially this one going into champs with Shotzi, Dashy, Hook, Ghosty. It's going to be so much fun to watch it. They broadcast on Twitch. They broadcast on YouTube. And I personally love to see the growth of the league, more sponsors, more viewership. It's a great thing to see, right? That's why, like, I enjoyed watching, enjoyed seeing, like, the women's March Madness, how much viewership it got. I know a big part of that was because of Caitlin Clark, but still. I love seeing things that really deserve it, like, get that kind of viewership and that kind of notice. Robert Kraft, who's a billionaire and who's the owner of the Patriots, owns one of the teams in the league. So this might be the only time I ever talk about Call of Duty esports on this channel. But hey, this was my moment. I had to take advantage of it. So that, I think it's when is it? I can't remember. I think it's June, sometime mid-June. Very much looking forward to it. Will Optic win it? I have no idea. I think if I throw out a prediction, I'm not gonna say they win it because they never do. I'll say, believe it or not, I'm gonna change it up again. I'm gonna say Ultra will win it this season. Toronto Ultra. LA Thieves won it last season. I went to LA to go watch the championship game. It was just electrifying to go to. I had a great time. Nick Kreckler from New York, if you're watching this, we went to one of the events in New York, which was also just a ton of fun. Nick, who's not into Call of Duty at all or video games to that manner, I like dragged him to it pretty much. and he didn't really know what to expect going in there, but even he said that he wants to go back to another one. Just because it's just a lot of fun. Everyone's screaming their head off, swearing their head off. It was a great time. So I'll forever be a fan of Optic. Certainly hoping that we could maybe see them actually make a push, or even get to the championship this year, because their team is nasty and they're looking real nice, especially their coordination and their teamwork every time they play. It's a beautiful thing. So I think I literally just talked about point A to point Z, from football, basketball, baseball, hockey to even esports. I tried my best. If you guys watched this whole entire thing, I hope you guys kind of enjoyed it, because I tried. I was kind of put on the spot because I know Ed's not feeling good, but I didn't want to end the video. The show must go on. So, and it'll be back and we'll be back next episode, better than ever. I'll let you guys know how he's doing, but I think he's doing all right. He's just a little sick today. So shout out, and we love you. Kelsey, look over him, make sure everything's okay with him. Make sure he drinks plenty of ginger ale because that's what he loves drinking. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, because I tried my best to kind of just talk about anything. I didn't want to keep it all on the NFL draft because I feel like it's not the same if I'm talking on my own. But I love you guys very much. We love you guys. We appreciate as we continue to try to grow our channel. This is the most I've ever talked on the channel before, so it's either going to grow us or it's going to put us down in the dungeon. So hope you guys enjoyed it. My Twitch, if I don't know where Nate's going to put it, somewhere in here. Make sure you guys follow it. I'm back to streaming again. You guys supporting me, you guys supporting us, gives us all the encouragement we need. And we're going to keep putting out content for you guys. As we always say, depending on what you guys want to talk about, just leave it down below in the comments, and we would love to talk about it. So, we don't really get too many comments, but if you leave a comment on the video, it definitely helps us, and especially likes. It helps us a lot as we're on the grind to 100 followers. 100. So shout out to you all. Shout out to Nate and Kelsey again, as they're going through a war over there. Hopefully they're okay in all seriousness. But shout out to you guys who watch this. Shout out to you guys who support us, support me, support N. And that was the first and probably quite honestly only episode where you'll see just me on my own. Was it worth it? That's up to you guys. You guys tell me. I don't know. I'm sure some of you guys will message me, and I'm sure some of you guys will shit on me, say, please never have that happen again. Or some of you will say, you did a great job. Regardless, I appreciate it. All right. Well, I'm going to end it on 50 minutes, which is pretty solid, because this is what Ed and I always want to end it on, is between 45 minutes to an hour. So this was, wait, hold on. I don't even remember. Please hold. This was episode. Oh, shit. This was episode 12. Excuse me, 13. Episode 13 of Who Are These Guys? Who are these guys? My name is Z. That's what they all call me. Mr. Nathan Hines. He will be back next episode. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for tuning in, as it was just a big sports video podcast this time. Me just kind of talking about it. So our next one will probably talk about something different, change it up a little bit, maybe bring in some more interest as we don't, because I know we've talked about the draft a lot lately. So we'll be changing it up next time for you guys. But I love you guys. We'll see you guys soon. You guys will see this video probably not later today. We'll give Ann some rest, but we'll see if we can upload it tomorrow. And be prepared. Be prepared for an update for tomorrow if my flag football game gets played. God forbid it doesn't. I'm just going to leave it there. It's sunny. It's a beautiful day. We can't get rained on, but we can't get sunburnt. It's got to be in between. In all seriousness, no, I love you guys. Appreciate you guys so much. And we'll be back for episode 14 at some point in this week. So you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Be safe. And my message to you guys before we head out on this glorious day is that winners never quit and quitters never win. Remember that for the next few days. Use that as your motto for this week. And I'll see you guys when I see you guys. I'll see you guys on Wednesday or Thursday or something. Love you all. Stay safe. And I'll see you guys soon. Peace.